That is a pretty intense cost, but obviously it's a cost that people need to take into consideration and obviously needs to be done. So the price that actually equated to was £380 for 4 tyres. What I've done is I've actually kept 2 tyres. So I asked the gentleman, I just said, look, like, you can take the 2 back ones, obviously they're the ones which obviously are losing pressure. Had a couple of very deep nails in, so when I kept on checking the tyres I actually couldn't see them. That's because they were really far into the tyre. So I said to him, look, you can keep them too, that's fine, you can discard of them, but I know that we'll check the 2 front ones over, check the 2 front ones over for us, and they were absolutely fine. We weren't losing any air, we weren't losing any pressure from them. No nails, no screws, no nothing in them, and they still had around about 3.5 mil of tread. So I will be keeping them just as spares. I will be keeping them just as spares, and that's just in case anything does go wrong with these. I can basically get my friend to put the 2 back onto the rims, or I can buy 2 rims, put the tyres on the rims and then keep them as spares. So that's part of the plan. There is, again, obviously the jobs are it's pretty quiet out there today. On basically every app. I'm going to go and sit on GoPuff at the moment and then see how things go on there. So obviously Saturday, we worked Saturday, Sunday, just a couple of hours, but that was it. There wasn't much. So this is going to be a Monday morning. Welcome to Tuesday. Obviously Saturday, Sunday, Monday was just a wipeout, unfortunately. So it is currently Tuesday the 17th. A little bit gutted. Obviously we wanted to be already, down south, but obviously that hasn't been happening. So what have we been doing on the weekend? So Saturday was obviously editing, putting the video out on Sunday, which was a bit too long. It was an hour long, and I'm obviously, we're learning as we go. So obviously realising that video was a bit too long. I should have really cut it in half and put it as a part 1, part 2, but I never. I just wanted you to have the full week, and if you wanted to skip, fair shout. So what have we learned? Bollocks all. Literally nothing. The only thing I've really learned from last week is that I needed more stuff into the van to basically protect myself when I'm out there, and not myself personally, but the van. So for instance, obviously the battery died last week. I had nothing to jump start it, so what I've done is I've bought a jumper pack, and that was on Sunday. I'll insert a picture here of the jumper pack that I bought, which is like a 5-in-1 kind of all you can need. So jumper bag, USB, light, like everything. So I can either charge it from power bank in the house, or I can basically, as I'm driving, I can plug it into the van and charge it up that way. So it's a quite nice tool to have, but that's obviously put us down at the start of the week, so that cost us £55. Then because I dropped my phone on I think that was Saturday as well, I dropped my phone. When I bought the power bank on Sunday, I needed a new wire, so I bought one as well, and that was £10. So that's £65, minus £65 already, which It's a little bit scary when you're doing this job to start off on a minus, but that is not all. So 2 of my tyres, which I told you last week, were going flat, and I was going to come home and get them changed. Unfortunately, due to personal circumstances, my friend could not change them, but they needed done, really needed done. So went to a tyre shop, and as I was there, I just thought, you know what, let's just get all 4 done. If I get all 4 done, get them all balanced, get them all right, then I'll be okay for however long needed, I'll be okay. So perfect. So it was £380, 4 new tyres. So we're already starting this week at basically minus £445, which again obviously is scary, but it's one of those expenses that is needed. So yeah, let's crack on with the week and we'll see what we're doing. So do we have work today? Yes, we do. We are going from a hospital to hospital. We're going over and across to Liverpool. So I'm quite happy that obviously we're actually on the road again. Obviously moving down south to Liverpool, I should be able to get work from there. So I'm excited to obviously get going, get some money in the bank, and then see if we can beat last week. I mean, I did take a day off last week, which was a Wednesday. I don't think I'm going to. I mean, I think it's going to take like £400 days to be able to do that, but you never say never. Again, I always had a good feeling about how I felt on the week. I don't have the feeling I had last week, but I still feel good. I still feel like we're going to pull it out the bag, and maybe one job is going to fix the full week. Now, if it doesn't, it doesn't, but you've got to have faith. This is what this job's about. Got to be clever about what I'm doing as well. So let's hopefully I can take you along on the journey with us. Also, a little bit of news. We have our new website, which was chucked together last night. We've done a little bit of background work. With there being no work, obviously you like to stay busy. So put the website together. Just a landing page until we can get more done, and we have set up obviously our new email, which is info@InstantDropCouriers.com. so if you need any quotes, anything like that, you can do that, or if you would like to directly contact myself, the WhatsApp message is on there, so feel free to WhatsApp with for a more personalised conversation with a courier. I think that's what's going to keep us apart from everyone else, is we have that personal touch, that transparency, being honest with people, and obviously the security side of things. So making sure, again, like obviously all my straps are in good condition, making sure my van is in good condition, showing you like, look, here's me putting 4 new tyres on, look, here's me showing you that I'm getting a service. Do you know what I mean? Like showing you guys, or the potential customers ahead, that I do things right, I do things properly. Yes, I do co-load, but only with permission. So again, today on this job I won't be able to co-load because it is an NHS job. That means bloods, that means I won't be able to co-load, obviously, unless City Sprint gave me another job and another permission, but I won't be able to co-load from another company with this job because it's important, so it won't be happening. So what am I hoping for in the next in this coming month? the things that I am truly wanting to change is I am wanting my own Courier exchange app. Obviously currently I do rent an app from someone under a percentage, which makes me obviously be allowed to be on the road with them. So yeah, currently renting an app. I don't want to rent anymore. I mean, it's good obviously, but getting them funds together to pull out a subscription fee for what they tried to charge us last time, which was £2,800, I don't really think that was an expense at the start of a business which you want to really be pulling out, unless you have it. But for me, obviously I wanted to understand the CX and see if it was worth it. I don't want to be just jumping into pulling that much money out and then seeing that it's not worth it. So again, it still might not be. It's still stuff that we're thinking about. It's still stuff that we're thinking about, but I would much rather have my own app. And at the end of the day, it comes up with tax bill at the end of the year. So that is the bloods picked up from Wandsbeck, and then we are basically heading to Liverpool. We're going to go ahead and get some fuel. And I know, before people start saying, yes, I really need my beard shaved, I really need a haircut, and it needs to happen very soon. I am hopefully going to stop this week somewhere in the UK, and I am going to try a new barber. I am going to risk myself and my hair to someone I don't know. So it's going to happen. But yeah, we've got 3.5 hours it says until we get to Liverpool. I've done this Liverpool job now 4 times. First time it was very awkward to get to, but now I know it like the back of my hand. It's just behind Liverpool Airport. It normally takes you, so it's like a roundabout, which you've got your first, second, third, fourth, fifth exit. And what it does, it takes you off at the third exit, but it's actually the second. So it's trying to pull you off later than you have to, and then it's saying you reach your destination, but it's all barriered off, so you can't actually get through. So we need to like go back around the roundabout and go in. But we've got it now, we've got it down to a T. I know exactly where I'm going, how to do it. Dead easy drop off. And then what I will do is I will be waiting there, flick up the laptop, start chucking some bids in, because we need to have a good week. So that is just fueled up, ready to go to Liverpool. I have remembered to not reset my mileage. I'm not going to be resetting my miles per gallon. So then I can basically say how much we have spent, what miles per gallon we're getting, everything. So I also didn't forget a receipt, which is bonus. So Wednesday, what have we been doing? So a lot of it has been with City Sprint, doing some hospital runs for them, which has been nice. Like, I'm obviously up to £140 today, which isn't the best, but this is going to be a terrible week. I can already tell because of the outgoings that we've already had at the start. Just had to take a cheap job there, so we are heading to Gateshead on a back load. It says I can co-load the job as well, so I'm going to try and get something else, but it's just what, this is a hard thing. Like, people are happy to co-load, yeah, fair enough, but where the hell are you meant to get the work from anywhere else? It's just ridiculous, man. Makes sense. I honestly really need my own CX app. I'm getting sick of the part of the reason why I come self-employed was to stop working under someone. And I mean, obviously the CX isn't busy. Like, I've been bidding on things that I haven't been receiving any work for the price that I want to do it as. I mean, sometimes I'm putting at like 70, 80, 90 pound 10, pound 25, loads of different jobs, but just not seem to get anywhere, any ballpark figures of them, which is obviously a problem. But at the same time, I have someone breathing down my neck saying, you need to bid more, and I'm like, look, I've bidded like 5 times in the past 15 minutes and I still haven't received a job. It's just like, yeah, well, you need to do like 10, 15. Yeah, look, I get it, I do, but there's only so much bidding you can do until you get absolutely sick of it. But it is what it is. We'll go and see what we're picking up from this gentleman here, and then it's gonna honestly, I think I'm gonna ring the Courier exchange today and just see if they'll give us an offer on a package, because I can't deal with working under someone who's giving you shit. Like, it's not for me. I mean, if I waste my money, obviously I get it, I do get it, because obviously she's paid for the app, you know what I mean, she's paying for the app monthly. Really respect that, totally get it. But again, I don't want, I don't want the responsibility of having the app owned by someone else. So like when I bid on a job, like what happens is he'll contact her, then she has to send over my details, and then they ring me, and I'm like, if I was a shipper or a customer or someone that wanted to do that kind of work, I wouldn't be ringing one person to get another person's number to then see if they want the job still that they've already bidded on and things like that. I just wouldn't want to do it. I really wouldn't. I would give up on the first hurdle. Well, that's that first collection loaded. I can open the... We are now flying across to Manchester to pick up something else, which is going in the same vicinity. So it'll be, this one is going from Manchester to Sunderland, and the one I have on board is going from basically Manchester to Gateshead. So yeah, nice 2 loads. I bidded quite cheap on the ones going to Sunderland, and then I wasn't going back completely empty. Obviously, I'll give you all the figures at the end. I do believe the figures aren't going to be great this week, just because of obviously the tyres and everything else. And I'll show you the new spreadsheet that I've done as well, which I'm going to try and put it so it's accessible. So I've got like a master copy with all the formulas and everything in. So what I'll do is I'll try and either show you or put a copy out in the description so you can just download it. And it just means that you can use it if you want to. I do want to try a different one where I'm separating which different apps I'm using, but for right now it's just income, fuel, van insurance, van finance, and the maintenance with the food and drinks as well, and then the total at the end. And then what it is, I've got a total at the bottom as well, so it'll give us the day, so it'll total across the day, and then what I'll do is I'll individually total it at the bottom of every row as well. So I'll try and implement that in here, and I'll try and put like a spreadsheet so it's downloadable so you can use. Well, good evening, you're joining us on Friday. This week has been a basic total write-off. Obviously we've had a couple of little like medical emergencies and things like that with my partner, so I had to basically cancel a job that I was doing on Wednesday and basically flung straight home. So with the tyres and everything else like that, it's not going to be a good week. But a few scans and everything coming up next week, so that's going to put a little bit of a downer on the weekend, so I can't really go away and stay away, but it is what it is. It needs to be done. So what we're going to be doing tonight is going to be doing just a couple of hours on GoPuff. She's on bed rest, so she's chilling in the house. So yeah, it is going to be a couple of hours on GoPuff. At least I'm in the area if she needs us, so I'm not really going away, which is perfect. What I'll do is a bit later on when I'm settled and it's a bit quiet, excuse me, I will get some figures together and then we'll see how we're looking. I do think, or do believe, it's going to be in the minus, but it is what it is. Obviously my partner will always come first, so if she needs me there, I'll be there. So, which is very obviously thankful that I had family that could have went and got her when I was away. But yeah, I'm gonna be staying home probably this week, next week. So it might be obviously just GoPuff for a little while. We'll see. I might try and get you know, like a week insurance on my car, because obviously it's going to be a lot better on fuel than like booking around a van. So I might get the insurance put on my car and just do the GoPuff for a week, so at least I'm home. And how did this week go? Terrible. No fault of our own, I've had to be home most of the week. I think this is where freight forwarding and obviously getting my own customers is going to become a lot better. So I'm not like doing things like these. So what I've been doing while I've been away, so I've been taking the dogs out for a walk, taking care of the missus in the house, and going out for dinner and things like that, just trying to make sure that she's eating. I do have the figures here from the full week, which I am minus. Not surprised, I knew I was going to be minus, so yeah, it's understandable. I knew it was going to happen. So it's time to get these figures out. And then start this week again. I don't believe that next week is going to be any different, if I'm completely honest. We've got basically 2 scans booked in next week, so we've got a scan on Wednesday, then a scan on Friday. Just seeing obviously what's going on. So yeah, it's just a waiting game again, which is a big struggle, and obviously I'll never allow my partner to go through this alone. So obviously I'm there for the scans on Wednesday and on Friday. So it is just a waiting game now, which obviously I won't be able to go out, stay in the van. Then I think next week we've also got a wedding to attend. I think next week we've got a second birthday to attend, or the week after that I'm meant to be out on the drink, which I don't drink, by the way. I haven't had a drink in a very long time, but supposedly I'm going out with my partner's dad. We'll see what happens. Might get a few clips of that, put that in like the next week, so that'll be quite entertaining. So yeah, we're just going to see how things go. Right, so when I'm parked up, it'll be in 2 minutes, I'll come back to you, I'll let you know the figures. We'll end this week off as we knew it was going to end, not the best again. Where we figures wise this week, let's load up the laptop, let's find out and what we've been doing obviously this week as well. It's been obviously a very quiet week, but while I'm firing up the laptop and I am getting all the figures sorted and ready to tell you guys, obviously one of the things I've done was take the dog out for a walk, so I'll insert that. You get to meet Boss, which is our Rottweiler cross German Shepherd, and you get to see how calm he is on video, but he's not like that in real life. So I'll insert that while I get these figures, and then we will jump back to the video and I'll tell you how this week went. Yeah. Gentle. But go. Come on. Sit. Sit. Gentle. Good boy. Come. Well, that is our Google Documents opened and we are seeing how we went. So we're going to start on Saturday the 14th of the 9th. It was the weekend, obviously couldn't be bothered. Came out on GoPuff and I'd done £25.06. That was obviously, I didn't really want to work, to be honest. It was the weekend, I wanted to spend it with my missus. We didn't put any fuel in, thankfully. What I've done is I've separated the van finance into daily. So I pay £9.92 for my van finance a day. My van insurance, I pay £4.72, so that's already added on the chart. So my van finance, obviously £9.92, van insurance £4.72, and then I've got a section here for food, drink, extras and maintenance. So what I bought on Saturday was the jump pack, the built-in battery jump pack, which allows you to charge your phone. It's got a light on. Because that cost us £55, and then I needed a new wire as well, so that cost us a tenner. So it was £65 taken off, which obviously the total for Saturday was minus £54.58. Again, obviously a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Sunday we came on GoPuff as well again, and made £64.94. Where didn't put any fuel in again. Obviously come to the finance and the van insurance, they're the same. And then it was food and drink. I'd spent £6 with extras, where I think the £6, if I go back to it, was a car wash. So because I didn't obviously spend long out, I just got food in the house, and I think that £6 was generally just a car wash. So the total profit wise for Sunday was £56.30, which again, it's not too bad for a Sunday. Monday, we didn't get any work, not off the CX, not off City Sprint, Royal Mail, all of the apps that I work for. I didn't get one job, so there was no income on Monday, no fuel. Obviously I have the van finance and van insurance, but because obviously I needed my tyres done, I went and paid for my tyres. So my tyres were £380. I sorted my website out, sorry, so I'll link the website below. It's just a landing page, which will link you to all of the social media as well. So yeah, I got my website sorted on Monday because there was no work, so I thought obviously I best push to get my website sorted. And then I had my tyres done, so that unfortunately minused us out at £455.84, which again, these are costs which the website wasn't 100% necessary for the stage that I'm at now, but I wanted it, so I thought why not. And the tyres unfortunately are a must. Like, you can't go out with baldy tyres or with ones that are leaking. So we eventually came back to work on Tuesday. We got one job on Tuesday, which was £137.30. I did put fuel in, which was £92.92. Obviously I got my van finance and my van insurance, and then also £4.15, which was a couple of drinks. So on that day it was only a £25.59 profit. Now Wednesday is one of the best days that I've done this week, and this was off 2 jobs. That day should have been a lot better, like a lot better. I did have another job lined up for it's £100 and something, and it was on my way home. But unfortunately, I had a phone call off my partner, which obviously she turned drastically ill. So I needed to just drop the stuff off that I had and get home. There was no more detours. It was just get home for her. So I made £316.78 with no fuel because I'd fueled up the day before. You got the van finance, van insurance again, food, drink, extra and maintenance. This was just basically food and a couple of drinks, which was £20.17, which I totaled out at a profit of £281.97, which can't grumble at that. Pretty good day. Thursday, again, because I was with my partner and we were back and forwards to the clinic. I came on GoPuff, done 2 jobs, and I couldn't see myself being away from home. So I couldn't mentally concentrate on being away. So I just went back home. So I only made £12.79. That was only on GoPuff. I didn't put any fuel in because obviously I still had some from the past. Van finance, van insurance the same, and I totaled out at minus £1.85. And then Friday, again, my partner not being well, things happening. I did come out on GoPuff. I did try my hardest to keep my head down and just concentrate and just work. And I made £43.39, and I did not want to be there. I wanted to be at home with her, and obviously we had an appointment on Friday as well, so it just wasn't nice. I just really wanted to be at home. Obviously I did put fuel in, and that was to get us to our appointment. That was £100.66 with obviously van finance, van insurance again, food, drink, extras was £3.20, so I minused off at £75.11. So putting that into actual figures which we can all understand, the total week on income I had was £600.26. On fuel, I put in £193.58. Obviously my van finance for the week was £69.44. My van insurance for the week was £33.04. And food, drink, extra and maintenance came in at a whopping £527.52. Totaling our full week at a loss of £223.52. So my mileage, which I've actually got here, I'll be able to tell you. I done 800 miles for that. So I don't think that was too bad, obviously, if I had kept on going. So I'm just writing that in, 800 miles. But yeah, it's time to restart this week. But this week again is going to be another struggle. We have an appointment come up on Wednesday now with the doctors, and then we have an appointment come up on Friday with the clinic. Then obviously that means that I can't be away, like I can't be like obviously out on the road, because I want to be there for her, take her to the appointments, and obviously I want to be there as well. So yeah, not the best week, but obviously you've got to take the rough with the smooth. Obviously we had a very smooth week last week, which we made a major profit. Obviously the tyres and things like that, if the tyres obviously weren't a factor on this, I would have slightly made a profit, but it's one of the maintenance things that people don't realise. One of the things that I do is I have I don't know what bank accounts you use, but I use Monzo Business. So I set pots up, and all the pots do is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 pots set up for Monzo. One is maintenance, which I put a percentage of my wage in, like the percentage of my income in every single time it comes in. Then I have my insurance, which I stay 2 months ahead on my insurance. My van finance, I stayed 2 months ahead on my van finance with the money in there, just in case you have a really bad month or a bad week which knocks you back. That is keeping me covered. I have my personal wages in there, which unfortunately is at 0, because this is a brand new business and we're starting from the ground up. We are spending more money than we are earning right now, but I'm not worried because this will work. It really will work. And as soon as we get this little bit of appointments and doctors and things like that out the way, I can go fully fledged concentrate back onto actually working. And I think the good thing of me being in the house a little bit now is I get to work a little bit more on the back end, which has been really nice to understand the back end a bit more, build a website, do a bit more research into obviously what business I'm actually in. Obviously trying to have a look at different customers, looking at the CX app again, which obviously the CX app for me, I still don't know if it's worth it. I really don't, for how many apps that I run, which I'm going to do a separate video on that. I'm going to probably just pull that out halfway in the week. I mean, if it comes out, it comes out. If it doesn't, it's just because I'm hectic, but we'll try our absolute hardest. And also the other pot that I have in the business is my tax pot. So every single time I get paid into my business account, 20% of that rips out and it goes into a locked pot. Now that pot does give me a percentage. I can't remember what the percentage was. It's a very low percentage, but it's basically, obviously it'll give me a percentage of what's in there, and that's money that I don't touch anyway, so I'm quite okay with that. I am thinking, because in my pots I have £2,200, do I pay for my CX membership out of my pots? But that might put me in a little bit of a predicament in waiting on money, which that would worry us a little bit, so I don't really know. The tax I didn't put in there because that was an initial cost, which I paid it off for the full year. I kind of wish I'd done monthly now, excuse me, just so I can incorporate it in there. But what's done is done, so we'll get going with that. Right, again, I want to thank everyone who has been watching, who's been supporting, who has been dropping me messages on my inbox. I really appreciate it, and I'm sorry that there isn't much content this time, but one thing that you guys will realise, I realise, and everyone around the world should realise is family comes first. And making sure that my family is right and is whole is a #1 priority for me. So it's given me enough time to have a break, come back. Again, next week I don't know how it'll go, but I'm hoping that Monday, Tuesday, I can do something. Obviously be home for Wednesday, get back out Wednesday night, stay out Thursday, and then maybe come back for Friday, and then that'll be my week over and done with again. Obviously it is now Saturday. I'm not going to be coming to work. I generally come out just to finish off this video, but I'm not going to work. I want to be back home. And thank you very much again. I really appreciate it, guys and girls, and I will see you on next week's video, if not a midweek video, because the next video that is coming out is how many apps I run, why I run so many, and what my plans are for the future, and yeah, why I actually run that many apps, which in my head it totally makes sense. When I talk to other people about it, they're like, that's too much, like what are you doing? But in my head it works. ADHD in my head kicks off. So goodbye from your favorite ADHD driver. Take care, guys.